What's up guys, LitPower here, ready to bring you guys yet another Wi-Fi battle. Today's not a live one, as you can evidently see with the old, the new old layout. I don't know, the layout I've used in my previous post-commentary battle. So yes, it's another post-commentary battle, and today's post-commentary battle is against a guy called StillJustMike, and he's not just, he's not just a guy, he's also a fellow YouTuber, and he's got a pretty cool channel. So definitely check it out below because he does like musical stuff and stuff like that. And I'm quite excited to see his perspective of our battle, of this battle, because I'm pretty sure he's doing like the second musical. I'm not sure. I hope he is. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing. But either way, you can see in team reviews already up there. Fucking hell, I keep forgetting which way is it. Is there? I don't know. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's somewhere on your screen right now. You can see it, so that's fine. You can see. I think I just did. I say? I think I said mixed tier. Yeah, it's kind of just a mixed tier battle, just for some stuff together. And you can see this is my old team, because this battle I had it when I was still using my old team sort of place. And obviously it did, you know, lots of wonders for me. And you can see he's bringing a Violet Plume, Greninja, Talonflame, Mismagius, Alakazam, and Gigalith. So it's a very hyper-offensive team, it looks like, with Violet Plume and Gigalith looking as the defensive core. And obviously I'm looking at Talonflame and looking at Greninja thinking, okay, they're obviously huge threats as always, but, you know, I've got some huge threats. You know, my bulk chum always puts in work. My Dugtrio is nothing to laugh at, you know. And, you know, the mini sand team sort of kind of works quite well. And, you know, let's just get straight into the battle right now. So like I said, it's a battle against Mike. I don't know what else to say besides wait for the battle. I left my Tyranitar thinking, you know, let's just set up the sand for the lols. I didn't really exactly know what it was going to lead off with. But he's up with Gigalith. I was scared that he may predict me. I don't know. He was either going to go for Stealth Rocks or Explosion. I did not want him to explode, so I switched into my Trevenant. I probably should have stayed in to at least break his Sturdy. That probably would have been the better play. But unfortunately, no, he's just going to get free Stealth Rocks up after I send in my Trevenant to obviously take the Earthquake, any Rock-type move, my physically defensive wall, basically. So, you know, obviously he's not going to stay in, and I just think I could go for the Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't really want to. I'm not entirely sure why, but I just go for the Horn Leech thinking, just in case he wants to stay in and go for some special move, I don't know. So I just go for a Horn Leech, and that's what I end up doing, and it obviously hits his, I'm assuming, physically defensive, or just something that resists it. I'm assuming physically defensive because I do have some sort, you know, Trevenant does have some sort of attack, and that's literally nothing, even though, well, it is quad resisted now that I think about it, yeah, so that kind of makes sense. But either way, you know, I'm hitting these leftovers and Black Sludge or whatever it is, Sandstorm, all this shenanigans. Now I'm going to just go for Will-O-Wisp to get some residual damage off this thing. So I'm thinking, okay, it should be a bit more easy to handle. It's just going to get a lot of residual damage. He goes for Sludge Bomb. There's nothing that I'm too concerned about. I just don't want the poison, which luckily I don't get, which is nice. And the Sandstorm breaks me down to my Citrus, which is great, which means now I can switch out with more health than I did came in, and that's just a lot better now. He gets buffeted, he gets burned, he gets everything, and Violet Plume just taking hits, and Violet Plume just looks huge in this game, I swear. And I know a couple of YouTubers probably commented on it, but it does look pretty big. I mean, let's be honest, come on. A Wailord, it's like the size of a Wailord, let's be honest. Wailord is too tiny in this game. I expected it to be huge, I was so disappointed. Fuck you, Nintendo, fuck you. But I love you really, Nintendo. I'm no hate on you. But now I'm thinking if he goes for Sludge Bomb again, then I can get a free switch into Cusco. Or if he wants to go for a Grass type move, he'll just activate my weakness policy. But he reveals he's got the aromatherapy. So like now that's useful information to have, because once this thing dies, then I can burn everything for free and I don't have to worry about it. And now obviously you know what's going to happen if you've seen any this in Polyandus. It's obviously going to just set up an agility, because that's exactly what it's just going to do, because that's what my Empoleon does. So I was surprised he didn't just stay and go for a Grass type move. I was kind of hoping he was, just so I can get the agility boost. I mean, the weakness policy boost, sorry. And I go for agility now. Obviously, I'm going to outspeed now. And, you know, Mismagius doesn't really scare me. Sandstorm subsides. I don't think that really matters too much. I go for Scald, and lucky me, Hack Scald's getting me burn, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty sure it didn't matter anyway, because this guy reveals he's got the Thunderbolt. And I'm thinking, great, it's non-stab, I've got loads of health, I should be able to live this. And I do live it, and I get my weakness policy, and he's probably regretting that decision to hit that Thunderbolt. So you now, like I said, the burn doesn't really matter, because obviously if a normal Scald did about half, you know, even without the burn, the leftovers recovery, plus 2 is basically going to kill it, okay? That's all that matters. So I'm going to go for another Scald, and yeah, that's the end of this Mismagius. And this is where I was kind of frustrated, because I could have got a sweep with this Empoleon. Because now he sends in this Gigalith, and if I got rid of its Sturdy first turn with like an Earthquake or an Ice Fang or whatever, then that would have been great, and it wouldn't have lived this time, because obviously, look, it just activates a Sturdy, and he's going to stop my Reign of Terror right now with an Earthquake. I did kind of want to predict it, I suppose, because Earthquake was sort of obvious. But I thought, you know what, there's not very much real point switching into something like Trevenant, because then Vileplume will come in again, and then, I don't know, I just felt like I'd want to get rid of Gigalith and not leave his sturdy intact again. So now I'm just going to Mega Evolve and probably just kill this thing off. I'm pretty sure he doesn't switch out. Yeah, he doesn't switch out, so I'm just going to Mega Evolve and kill this thing off with, I think I go for Dragon Claw just in case he wanted to bring in Talonflame. That was my thought process. So yeah, that's why I go for Dragon Claw. Garchomp is a huge threat to his team because obviously it just does so much damage to him, and he's got quite a few physical attacks as well, so it's very useful. So he sends in Mia Fey, which is Vileplume again, and I'm just going to go for Fire Fang because I thought it was super effective, but then I realised Earthquake is actually stronger with Stab anyway, because obviously super effective is double damage, Stab is 1.5, Earthquake 150, 65 doubled is like, what, like 130 or something. But I get the burn, as you can see, and that's incredibly lucky, and that's really, I suppose, vital, because that means he's going to have to, at some point, force himself to go for aromatherapy, or at least try to. But now this is where I realised, okay, Earthquake's going to do more. Like, it just clicked that maybe a Stab Earthquake's going to do more. So obviously I go for Earthquake now, and he goes for Synthesis again. So he's probably seeing that he's not gaining more HP than he's losing, and he probably needs to do something a little bit different. And I'm just going to go for another Earthquake again. Just going to keep on spamming Earthquakes, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I spam there's one more Earthquake. Let's have a look after all the burn damage and everything's racked up. No, I don't. This is the moment where I predict a switch of some sort. I really wanted to go for a Stone Edge. Like, so desperately wanted to go for predicting Talonflame to come in. But I thought, you know what, Dragon Claw is going to be the safer play, because then he won't miss, it'll get damage off Talonflame if it comes in. And obviously, this Garchomp was initially built, you know, with Ruskin Rocky Helmet to actually counter Talonflames. So obviously, Mega Garchomp with even more defense he's just not scared of Talonflames at all. Talonflames, he just laughs at the Talonflames. And as you can see, that Brave Bird did pretty much nothing, especially for a Brave Bird. That's pretty strong from Talonflame. So, you know, Dragon Claw's going to KO it. And obviously, take that. Obviously, this is an Ace Attorney themed team, as you can see on the opponent's team. On StillJustMike's team, but I don't want to take an Ice Beam, so I'm just going to switch out into my Tyranitar, because I know I can take an Ice Beam with the Assault Vest Sandstorm combo. Plus, I also thought getting the Sand up would be really useful for my Garchomp, because then that would mean it would get the Sand Force boost, which is exactly what I wanted. But he reveals that he has the Water Shuriken, which is odd, because then I probably would have stayed in and taken that like an absolute champ and KO'd it back. But whatever, you know, I'm still going to take it reasonably well. And he goes for another Water Shuriken, which is fair enough. I thought, okay, I took two pretty well, but he goes for one. I'm like, okay, he goes for one. Okay, then there's two. I'm thinking, okay, I'm still looking pretty fine. Okay, there's three. Okay, there's three. You know, I'm still looking all right. Okay, he goes for four. He gets the crit. And then that is the Reign of Terror ended, unfortunately, for him. So I just go for Stone Edge because that's my strongest move, and I just wanted to kill this thing, and he's not focused as to anything. So imagine if I stayed in. But then again, it would have been a crazy prediction to predict he was a physical Greninja. I don't think anyone in their right mind would have done that. But now I'm thinking, okay, I've got the Sandstorm up now. I feel like he's going to go for aromatherapy, because he feels like this is a really great opportunity, because my Tyranitar, he probably thinks Tyranitar can't really do much. So I'm thinking he's going to go for aromatherapy, which he does, which is absolutely amazing, because now I have my Garchomp in, and now it's even better, his Talonflame's gone, so I'm free to go for Earthquake, and I get the Sand Force boost, so that's even better. So now I have more offensive threat towards this thing, even though it has less residual damage. So I'm pretty confident I could take it out from here, especially this Mega Garchomp with base 120. I get a critical hit, which I'm not sure if it might. I'm really not sure, but I don't think this thing would have been able to outstall me anyway. So I guess it really did not matter. Trust me, it just did not, because this Alakazam comes in, and I didn't even think about Mega Alakazam. I completely forgot Mega Alakazam was even a thing, and obviously me saying Mega Alakazam is a thing just implies that this is a Mega Evolution Alakazam. It's very odd. So I forget this thing gets traced, so he's going to trace my Levitate, which is going to, well, it kind of semi-backfires. It doesn't really. I'll explain to you later in the battle when we get to that point. So he goes for Psychic, obviously, because I thought he'd go for Dazzling Gleam. So, God, I might have been able to live it as well with Garchomp, which is the only problem. Which would have been great, because I thought maybe, I don't know. Alakazam's attack, special attack is super high. So he goes for Shadow Ball. Obviously I forgot Shadow Ball was a move. Like, honestly, I just flew by my head. So he's just going to end up KOing my Claydol, which is like, oh, bummer. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up with the Sandstorm just to get some residual damage, because I feel like that's the best play. Pointed Stones dig into my Tyranitar, and luckily I get the Sandstream up, which is exactly what I want. And he goes for Shadow Ball because he has no reason not to, I suppose. So he's not going to go for Psychic or anything, because that'd be stupid, wouldn't it? So now you see I'm residual damage and everything's fun and happy, and I send in my Trevenant now thinking, you know what, I don't really have much to send in against this guy. I'm kind of offering sacrifices. I mean, I probably should have gone for Protect just to get some residual damage, but I didn't, so he just goes for Shadow Ball, and he's going to clearly just take me out cleanly, and that's not unfortunate. But, you know, Alexander's power is too strong, so now I'm thinking, okay, my only hope is Dugtrio. Go in there with a Choice Banded Earthquake, and this is what I'm talking about, the Levitate. You trace the Levitate, remember that. I go for Earthquake, and I don't outspeed anyway, which is why I said it's kind of like a semi, you know, fail sort of thing, because he does end up psychicking me. So I thought if I went first, or if I lived to hit and went for Earthquake, that would have just been absolutely embarrassing. But, you know, there's nothing I could have done. And I'm thinking, okay, Garchomp, come on in, just takes, you know, takes a bit more Stealth Rock damage, and I'm thinking, he goes to Psychic, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll live this, he doesn't have Dazzling Gleam, and I go, oh, nah, crit on the last turn. I'm not sure if the crit mattered. Probably did not, because I had max HP, it might have mattered. I don't know, but either way, that was a good game, Mike. Definitely check him out below, like I said. My camera battery is running out really low, so I'm going to end this very briefly. If you guys want to battle with me, just follow me on my Twitter, because that's where I do my battles, and make sure to check him out below, and if you like the video, then leave a like, because this late, it's very difficult. But like I said, my battery is running out, so I'm going to have to see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.